All right, as today we have a special guest in our podcast. As you can see, we have our co-host Brandon, and our special guest today is Dylan. He is currently someone that does play for the Raiders on his second year of his contract. Someone that was a rookie last year, but we're not here to talk about his football career. We're not here to talk about what he has done in the off season and all that stuff. We're here to talk about his stuttering journey and how he became who he is today. I appreciate I appreciate you, Dylan, for taking your time out of the day to come join on the podcast. Welcome to the pod. Introduce yourself, man.
Appreciate for having me, guys. It's been a crazy journey so far. Stephanie, as a person that stutters, my whole life, well, I've been working on it since I was a kid. It's been getting better and better. And as time goes on, I've kind of embraced it, and it's kind of made me who I am today. Man, it's been good. It's been fun. So now I'm here today with you two, and I appreciate you guys having me.
For sure, man. For sure, man. Just to kick it off, man. I'm sure our people that do follow us consistently do know how it runs. We'll ask Dylan a couple of questions, 6 to 7 questions about his life. But let's start it off with the first question, man. Um, How has having a stutter shaped you who you are today as a person and especially as a football player?
Yeah. Um, Especially like from like time to time, I feel like some days are good, some days are bad, and that's just kind of especially in the way of sports too. Like you have great days, you have bad days, and that kind of can shape who you are as a player, and that's super important in a sense of just like you got to be sometimes you have to adapt as time goes on. And I think as a person that stutters his whole life, me adapting to certain situations and kind of embracing that challenge has kind of shaped me who I am today,
Mm-hmm.
as not just a NFL athlete, but also a person that has tried to done as much as he can from a small town to a small college now to the biggest kind of stage that you
Mm-hmm.
will say as the NFL. So it's definitely shaped me into a person that I am, and I've enjoyed every challenge so far. And yes, any of my friends I talk the most out of anyone possible because I like to talk and kind of learn and kind of just be myself. And somebody that stutters, who actually I was talking to someone this past weekend too. It's definitely a fear. It's a fear of talking in front of people and in front of friends, but at the same time, I love that challenge as well, and it's shaped me on who I am today.
Definitely, man. Yeah. I'm since I've been on this podcast, I'm doing this since I believe since October of last year, man. We had a couple of athletes, and not too long ago, we released a podcast with another football player. His name is Tony J. Jones,
Yeah.
something like
Uh-huh.
that. He plays for the Cardinals. His story was awesome. But I could see how stuttering and also being committed in your on your craft really goes hand to hand because us as stutterers, we need to adapt quick. We need to learn how 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 to become better speakers, how to become better people in general. But yeah, man, appreciate you
Appreciate
having
that.
you here, man. All right, Brent.
Yeah, yo, Dylan, man. For one, I love your dance moves. I'm gonna tell you that, man.
Oh, oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I appreciate it. Man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Listen, towards the end of the podcast, after all the questions, we got to do a soul train line. So get ready.
Okay. Okay. Deal. I'm down for that.
All right, so bro, football involves a lot of talking on the field and in interviews. How do you handle that with the stutter? You know, man?
Yeah. To be honest, I fear more, or I'm more nervous for a interview in front of 10 people than playing in a game in front of guys that are 300 pounds that can run a 4.4. But
Crazy.
yeah, which is I think that's always been a kind of a challenge ever since I was growing up from elementary school, middle school, high school, where doing those presentations or interviews in front of teachers and classmates too, because I was always like kind of feared that either they would make fun of me or they would laugh at me and do all that stuff. And it sucks at times, but as I grew older and older too, I kind of embraced that too, because I knew it was a challenge, but at the same time, it was probably the best feeling after when I was done doing a interview, a podcast, or any presentation, because I knew that I did super well, and I kind of faced that fear. And as time goes on and goes on, like when I was at the combine last year, my biggest fear was doing those interviews in front of those
Yeah.
GMs, owners, and you're in a room of probably the most important individuals in your sport. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, are they going to judge me on my stutter or not? But I kind of throughout that whole process, I didn't care at all. I was like, you know what? If they want me, screw it, man, let's do it. So I
Yeah.
kind of embraced that stutter too, and I mentioned it throughout every interview possible. I was like, hey, I'm a person that stutters, and it's kind of shaped who I am as a person and kind of said my story. And I think I gained a lot more respect throughout the league from owners and GMs too, because I didn't allow it to change who I am as a person. And I think a lot more coaches were like, all right, like he's gained a lot more
Mhm.
respect in my books. But it was definitely a nerve wracking thing, because one of the teams I thought I butchered the interview. I thought I was stuttering like crazy. I thought I was saying the wrong stuff. I got out of that interview and I called my agent too. I was like, I am not going to this team whatsoever because I did such a crap job. And he laughed about it. And then he actually called me back in like 15 minutes after that. And he's like, dude, they love you. They thought you did a hell of a job. They were cracking up and thought you did such a great job, because I was telling stories and stuff like that. So once again, I feel like we kind of are our own worst critics too, in a sense of like when I speak, sometimes I feel like I'm doing a terrible job, but in a sense, like I'll talk to some of my friends, and at times they did didn't even know for the longest time that I stuttered either.
Mhm.
So they're like, oh my god, like they just thought it was kind of just like little like just a bad day or something. But end of the day, man, it's definitely shaped me into someone that I consider a very important role in a sense, and I'm trying to kind of embrace that stuttering more, and kind of, because I think there's a lot more guys in the league that do stutter,
Yeah,
um,
they are.
and actually players on my team that I know that stutter, but it's almost like a taboo in a sense, and like nobody really wants to speak about it. And but it's just something that you know of because you hear him speak every day. So but it's funny because it's kind of cool that in a sense that there's so many more people that I know that stutter now, because now I've kind of spoken about it more. And it's kind of cool that more and more people are speaking up about it. So it's cool, man.
That's
Fun.
what's up.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, man. So, how many interviews did you have to go? Because I know when first rounders go, sometimes they boom, they know one team. There you go. So, how many interviews did you have to go through? You know, man.
That process. So at the combine and the Senior Bowl, I could probably tell you I did over 100 interviews, and it was from a range of 5 minutes to 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and half of it was probably about football. So in a sense, um, it wasn't that much words had to be spoken. It was kind of like quick answers. But most of the time, it was more about personality, family, and who you are. And that was where I kind of approached the sense of my stuttering and like all that stuff. But yeah, to be honest, even though it was a very tough challenge, I'm really grateful for those kind of couple months, because I had to talk to, like, once again, I had to talk in front of such high powering people in the NFL. And I thought personally I did a great job. So it's cool in a sense because it kind of got me prepared for who I am, and especially in Vegas too, which Vegas is a wild place, a lot of entertainment, and Raider Nation too is crazy. So I had to
Right
do a lot
on.
of interviews my rookie year. So to be honest, with all those interviews and stuff, it helped me out a bunch.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, for sure. Look, I have a little quick thing I got for you, man.
Uh,
Little for the Raider Nation, because I've been having their my gloves for a little bit.
yes,
For
sir,
the
baby.
Raider
Come on,
Nation.
baby. Raiders. Let's do it, baby. Come on. Let's.
Yeah, bro. Well, bro, man, I appreciate you giving me the feedback, but I want to go to the fan experience, having the players experience, man. I know having the right people around you is very important growing up, man, and I'm sure you had the right group of people who made you who you are today. I'm sure you could think about a few people that made you who you are today. But how has your teammates or the fans have made you about your stuttering? Have made you feel about you having your stutter? How's that environment been around that in the locker room?
Mhm. Um, it's kind of been the same throughout my kind of career as a kid, and throughout the sports too. I would say in classes and kind of outside of sports, it was probably um, more tougher in a sense because I feel like sports too is just such a great team environment in a sense of just like it's such a family kind of aspect where we all take care of each other, and that's why I love sports so much because there was never really an issue and there was never really a problem either way because everyone has their own challenges and difficulties and stuff like that where like we got guys on the team that has a difficulty speaking or he has something wrong with maybe his vision or something else, and it's not something where you kind of bring it up. I mean, if they want to talk about it, sure. But I mean, listen, we all mess with each other a bunch
Mm-hmm.
and we all have a great
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But there's never a serious situation where they're kind of attacking you or do anything
Mm-hmm.
like that because we all have one common goal is to win games, win a Super Bowl. And if a stutter doesn't affect the team, then what's the point of even bringing it up? And especially on the field, man, I've been doing my thing. So, no, it hasn't been an effect with the teammates, my coaches at all. So, it's definitely a really cool kind of team bonding experience with that
Yeah,
too.
man, for sure. And man, I know you're a running back, so I know the running back world. I don't. There's not much talking when you're not the quarterback.
Yep.
Not much. But growing up, it's were you a running back growing up, or is that? Have you ever thought about being a quarterback when you were younger? And the reason why you didn't want to be a quarterback is because of that. Because I dealt with it firsthand, man. I played high school football, quarterback, and man, I didn't call the plays, bro. I had my running back call the plays for me. And bro, it's like it was the hardest thing ever. I want to see was the reason why you became a running back because of that reason, or just because you're just better at running back than being a quarterback.
Actually, I became a running back. Actually, so my dad was always my coach growing up. So it was my dad and my mom was my basketball coach. My dad was my football coach, and I always played up with my brother too, who's 2 years older than me. And no, I was never really a QB guy. I was smaller, but I was always super fast. And we actually, funny story, we were the Tampa Bay. So we were the Buccaneers growing up, and my dad so at the time, I don't know if you know a running back, Mike Allstott. Growing up, he's just this big back, number 40. He had a
Yeah,
neck roll and just
Yes,
yeah,
ran
sir.
yeah.
through guys.
Yes, sir.
And when I was 6, my dad put me in the backfield. He gave me the number 40. He put a neck roll on my back. So I looked like an absolute monster out there. And it just stuck. I was good being a running back, and it was never really about stuttering at all. But actually growing up though, like on special teams, from like I was the main protector on punt in
Mm-hmm.
high school too, where I actually had to call a play. And I don't know, something about me playing sports. I kind of go into like a Zen mode, and I'm so relaxed where
Mm-hmm.
stuttering doesn't really. You know what? I never really had problem stuttering in sports because I was actually a safety, a
Mm-hmm.
linebacker too, where I did have to call the plays and coach players a bunch, and
Mm-hmm.
it was always like my kind of my Zen space, even though it's the most chaotic space of all time. But once when you're kind of with that adrenaline flowing and the kind of you're like in the heat of the game, I was just super relaxed. And even actually with the Raiders too on special teams, I do have to talk and kind of communicate with the
Mm-hmm.
players too. And once again, I'm such in a Zen mode where like I'm super calm. And to be honest, I don't think I stutter at all when I'm on the field. But once again, I'm just so super locked in. So
Mm-hmm.
it's never really been a problem on the field. And that's why, once again, I love sports so much because it's just really like it's created who I am today.
Gotcha. All right, got a question. I got two questions for you, man.
Yeah.
Besides Mike All-Star, give me your favorite three
Mm.
running backs.
Of all time. So growing up in the heat of the battle, Adrian Peterson was my guy. Growing up, like that was when he hit his 2K yard mark, and he was just a freak, and he's
Yeah.
my
Maybe.
all time back. I actually grew up a Steelers fan, so I would say Le'Veon Bell in his
Le'Veon
prime
was
was just
stud.
a
Oh
freak.
my gosh.
And then I got to go with the old timer, and the guy that I kind of looked up to a bunch was Barry Sanders. Is like my top three guys that kind of had their own generational run. So,
Okay, there it
Yeah,
is. I
yeah.
like
And
it.
you,
mm-hmm.
but with Le'Veon Bell, man, that guy was so patient out there, man.
And
When
it
he
was
saw the
funny,
holes open up, he just boom.
and there'll never be another Le'Veon Bell in a sense because like it's so hard to be a O lineman too because he was so patient and it was just so hard to kind of protect that guy too, and he just kind of changed the game in a sense. And there'll never
Yeah,
be a Le'Veon Bell part two. I mean, I
yeah,
don't think
never,
so.
man. No, I don't think so either, man. And Peterson too, and Barry Sanders, never, man.
Yeah,
It's a different
yeah.
game now.
All right, I got another question for you, man. Was there ever a time you felt like your stutter held you back, and what helped you push through? Like, was there ever a time that you felt like it was a major challenge, and what helped you
Yeah,
push through it?
yeah. I think growing up, I was named captain for a bunch of different sports because I feel like a lot of guys on my team saw me as that
Mhm.
leadership type of guy, and I was always because of my stutter, I was more of an example guy, and it was a challenge for me to give a pump up speech or say a speech or get the boys going too because I feel like my stutter always kind of interfered with that. And so I kind of had to adapt. And of course, I gave speeches and all that stuff. But the way I kind of wanted to be someone that uh, these players that can be like, to get them fired up was to lead by example. And every single day, I would just try to outwork every single person and push every single person, not through my words, but with my actions. And I kind of want to give a shout out to my boy, because we had three captains on my team, and my boy Liam and Craig, who all three of them were completely different captains too. Like we had me, who was the example guy, Liam, who was the rah rah guy, who kind of helped me out because he was the guy that gave that pump up speech because he was my best friend growing up too, and he knew that I stuttered too, so he would take that load off of me, and then my guy Craig, who was the goody two shoes, who would always just kind of be the example figure for all the coaches and parents and stuff like that. So So it's not even like I overcame that. It was more I kind of had great help around me and throughout my friends and teammates too. And once again, that's why I kind of always appreciate sports so much because we kind of carry each other too, especially with those team sports, man. It's not just one guy, it's a whole team aspect. So
Hmm.
yeah.
I always say
Awesome.
when it comes to that, bro. Stuttering necessarily gives us that, like, we love to talk, but as well as we just don't talk it. We actually walk it, and that's what, like, hey, look at what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And you're gonna see the example of it. Like, we can talk, we can do this, but it pushes us to necessarily say, hey, we can actually do the action, and we go up and above. So exactly what you were saying, bro. Hey, I'm a lead by example. I can talk, but I know I necessarily I
Man,
can do the action first. You know what I mean? And go from there. So appreciate it. Yeah.
exactly. Thank you.
Of course, bro. But man, I'm sure growing up, who did you have? Who was that person that you landed on when like um, family? Did you know about stuttering growing up, or just something? Of course, we all stuttered, and we knew it was stuttering. Oh, why am I getting stuck? But is there something that runs in your family, the people that do stutter?
Actually, no. It was actually a funny joke growing up that my parents would say because they believe because I was my best friend growing up. I'd uh he didn't have a stutter, but he had like probably like a lisp in a sense, and
Hmm.
I kind of harassed him about it, and my parents said the reason I got my stutter was because I was harassing my best friend about his little speech. So no, but you know what? I think me having brothers growing up and my parents too, we never really it was never really talked about it much. Like I had a speech therapist too a little bit early on when I was younger too. But besides that, man, I when I wanted help, I'd approach my parents a bunch and they were the greatest help with me speaking a bunch because anytime I got stuck or anytime I had trouble, they'd let me finish out and work on it by myself. And especially as someone that stutters too, like my biggest pet peeve is not allowing me to finish my words or sentence or something like that. But my parents they never treated me different compared to my younger brother and older brother too. So they treated me exactly the same and then never gave me special treatment because I had a stutter or something. So I kind of appreciate that because it once again it didn't change who I was. It kind of just threw me into the fire as well. But at the same time, when I had trouble or if I was scared about a presentation, they would work with me so much of that whole night or that whole week on that presentation so I could slow down my words and kind of work with what I got and where I work out some techniques as well. So once again, we kind of just went with the flow too, and we kind of learned and adapted as time went on with my parents. So, but they've been the biggest help so far and kind of made me who I am today.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, having the right, having the right people, the right, um, having the right support group around you, man. Even even like I had siblings growing up too. My
Yeah,
mom did not treat me different, so I
yeah.
get you where you're coming from in that area. But I have one question to ask everybody, man. Everybody that gets on this podcast, one question. The same question I ask is I see a trend of it. What's that one word that you always get stuck in, man?
It's you know what? It's the words with like uh th always with like the or anything with the kind of long yeah th is like always been my kind of my trouble words where like I don't know why it just gets stuck in my mind and it just kind of and I pause so long on it and I'm just like where I just get so pissed off. So it's the problem where I get stuck with it is when I get super excited too. Where if like once again, if I'm calm and relaxed, I could speak pretty smooth sometimes. But when I get super excited and I tell a story or I'm
That's it.
fired up, I just go. I'm just out of control. I'm stuttering like crazy. but there's certain words that I get stuck on a bunch. But yeah, that's kind of my two kind of.
Yeah, man. A 2 minute story turns into a 5 minute story.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then I was
Yeah.
those. Here we go.
But one turn up, bro. How about your name though? Because a lot of people who do stutter, bro,
My
have a
name.
hard time saying my name. Dylan.
Same exact thing, and that's the word because out of everything from first day of class, first day on the job, or or I've had to
Always.
introduce my name a million times now, and I always get stuck on my name. It's always, you know what's funny? I always get stuck on my name. It's my last name too. If I have to say my first, it's my full name. It's my last name. I get stuck on it every time.
Yeah, man. No, I started saying my name is Matt. My name is Matt, not Matthew. It's Matt. Just make it easy.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, man.
Yes, sir. Dylan, got one more question for you, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
What would you say to a young kid or even a young adult um, that's playing sports and want to achieve that big dream and they stutter? Like, what encouragement would you be able to give them, man?
Yeah, man. I think my kind of approach to life now, and I didn't probably learn this until I was older too, was man, just face those challenges head on, man. Just put your head down and go. And I think you said it too, Brandon, too, was we aren't more of a word guy. We're more of a action based people too, where in a sense, man, just do what you have to do to achieve your goal. And if stuttering is your biggest block in life, man, don't let it stop you whatsoever. Because I'm telling you, man, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter if you stutter. It doesn't matter if you have anything else, man. Just achieve that goal. Because I'm telling you, everybody in this world has some problem or some difficulty where it's probably stopping most of them to achieve their goal because they're so scared and are so worried about everyone else, man. Just do what you have to do, man, and just believe in yourself, and man, just enjoy every second of it, man. Because I'm telling you, I've had fun my whole life, and through this whole process, man, it's been a blast, man. So I'm super excited to be where I'm at today. So I hope all these kids with this, with a stutter or a challenge in their life, man, just once again, just have fun and enjoy every second of it.
Sir, I think that's
Yeah. So
appreciate that, man. But yo,
appreciate you.
Dylan, I just wanna, I wanna, I'm Brandon. I want to give you a thanks, man. Thank you for coming on. I know you just finished your OTAs, right?
Yep.
Recently.
Oh,
How was that, man?
dude, it was good,
Brutal
especially
out
with the
there, huh?
new. Yeah, oh my god. So when I left, it was about 1:15 in Vegas, and when I
Whew.
get back, which is the end of July, is when it gets. I mean, August is brutal. It gets like 125. So, are you guys on the East Coast or the West Coast?
We're in
East
Miami.
Oh
Miami.
yeah, yeah,
Miami.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so then I mean, shoot,
I got some fun.
you guys know that it's gonna get hot
Yeah.
real soon. But no, it's good with the new coaching staff and everyone there, man. It's gonna be a fun year, especially as a
Geno Smith,
Raiders
bro.
fan, dude.
That guy,
He's
he's
unbelievable.
a stud, man.
And you know
He
what's
came
funny?
up.
Yeah, I didn't realize too that he's been in the league for 13 years, man. He's a
That's
true vet.
crazy. I know.
And he says
Yeah,
he knows so much about the game, man. I really think it's gonna be a fun year this year. So I'm super excited about that.
and the new head coach, they both work together, so
Pete
yeah,
Carroll, him, and then you got
exciting.
Chip Kelly too, man.
Jeff Kelly, that's right.
It's
Exciting
gonna be
times.
a fun offense, man. It's gonna be a fun offense, man. And for Raider Nation too, man, I'd be super excited.
Nothing's different. Nothing feels like being the Raiders, right? In the black and silver and black feels different, eh?
Especially like you think about like iconic teams. You got the Raiders, like Steelers, the Packers, like all those iconic teams that were like the original teams, man. Like there's some diehard fans, and like when you put on that jersey too, like you have like years of past players like on your
Yeah,
back, and it's just such a diehard fan base, and it's just such a cool experience, especially in Vegas too now, where like the entertainment capital where it's just nuts all the time, and there's shows there all the time, so they expect you to perform and win all the time. Like you even at the games, man, it's a whole show throughout the whole
yeah.
game. There's shows going on, and that halftime show is crazy. So
Yeah,
it's a really cool experience.
sure,
Dylan,
man. Hey, Dylan.
Dylan got a question for you, man.
Of
What's a
course.
team you look forward to playing, or a matchup that you look forward to playing against, man?
Yeah. So I went to school in New Hampshire, which is in the New England area, and I got a big fan base over there, and just kind of where I grew up too, kind of, and that's kind of where I started. And our week 1 game is actually in New England too, so that's gonna be a super cool game for me. I'm super excited about that, and like just all my friends there too are such diehard Patriots fans too, and I think it'll just be a cool moment
Can't
for
stand the
me
Patriots.
and everyone too. Yeah, where they it's just gonna be so cool to see me on the field playing at Gillette Stadium too. So
Yeah, man. At the Patriots Stadium has history, man. Tom Brady is your owner. Is the owner
which
now
yeah,
for the
so like
Raiders.
it's kind of crazy how they
Yeah,
set that up too as like the first game. So it's funny how that works.
yeah, man. As a Dolphins fan, I'm not a big fan of the Patriots. So,
Mhm. Yeah,
all
I
right,
bet
Dylan.
the last
I want
decade.
you to go out there, run for 200 yards, and
Yeah,
three
man, that's the
touchdowns. All right,
plan.
brother.
All right, I'm down for
All
that.
right, all right, Dylan, bro. I appreciate you taking your time, man. Much luck in your upcoming season.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, bro. We'll stay in touch.
Please,
And yeah, man.
yeah, let's do it again.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure, man.